Hello, my name is Petra. I am a specialist in the lymphatic system, or I should say lymphatic massage or manual lymphatic drainage. And my other specialty is the myofascial system. I also do scar tissue release. I previously did a video talking about the lymphatic system. So at the moment I'm focusing on the lymphatic system, what it is, what it does, how beneficial it is to us, and what can happen, things that are within our control and other things that are not within our control that can damage the lymphatic system and therefore our immune response. Common problems associated with the lymphatic system are infection, so glandular fever, tonsillitis, Crohn's disease and cellulitis are all examples of infections that are common to the lymphatic system. Cellulitis would be the most common infection for somebody that has a compromised lymphatic system, and it is a skin and soft tissue infection which presents in a redness, and there's often an increase in temperature of the skin, and most people feel fairly grotty, so you get flu-like symptoms with it. Another issue with the lymphatic system, or something that can compromise the lymphatic system, is disease. So Hodgkin's disease is a cancer of the lymphatic system, and other cancers can commonly be spread through the lymphatic system. So quite often you'll hear about people that have cancer. If it has got into the lymph nodes, then the lymph nodes are removed, and that is so the disease can't spread through the lymphatic system. Malformation is another issue with the lymphatic system, and this is something that is outside our control, as is cancer. However, malformation is a genetic problem, and that is something that is termed as a primary issue with the lymphatic system. So it is because of there are too many lymphatics or too few lymphatics that aren't functioning properly, and this then presents as lymphedema. So lymphedema is a topic for another video, which I will go into another time. One of the things that I really wanted to focus on this time was stress. So stress can manifest in many ways, and some of the most common presentations, if you like, of stress are chronic fatigue, muscle aches and pains. You can get swollen lymph nodes, having recurrent colds and persistent infections. These are all symptoms of something that has affected your lymphatic system, and stress has a direct effect on your lymphatic system. So what happens when you have shortened periods of stress, which can be quite good because you produce adrenaline, cortisol, and so you have the fight or flight response, which keeps you motivated and keeps you going through shortened periods of stress. However, if you have long periods of stress, you have a suppressed immune system. So too many cortisol hormones that are released actually directly affect the immune system. They affect the transport of the antibodies, so immune cells, through the immune system. So that means that we are more susceptible to infection and foreign invaders. So the lymphatic system is the primary delivery system for energizing every cell of the body after each meal. So after we eat, triglycerides are produced. So these are fats, these are good fats that will be transported from the intestine to the blood system. So triglycerides provide baseline energy for the body, basically. Cortisol that is produced during extended periods of stress cause an enlarged adrenal gland. So this means then that more cortisol hormone is being produced, and the cortisol actually affects the lymphatic system in that it atrophies the lymphatic vessels, and so that means that the transport of these good fats, the triglycerides, to parts of the body that need energy are compromised. Cortisol then also will reduce production of immune cells. So straight away, your immune system, your lymphatic system is being affected by prolonged periods of stress, which we all know is not good. And so when you take this into consideration, it makes it really important that you are managing your stress levels. When the adrenal gland is enlarged during stress, you are producing more cortisol. So it becomes a kind of vicious circle that you're during stress, you produce, your adrenaline gland produces more cortisol, and that then encourages more production of cortisol, which is then compromising the efficacy of your immune system. So it's really important that that you manage your stress levels, and everybody has different ways of managing it. And a good way is by having relaxation. So, you know, certain periods of time, it's really important that you are mindful of what's going on in your body and how your body is being affected by it. So just to quickly go back to the reduced transport capacity of the triglycerides to your bloodstream, which then produces energy. When these fats are not being transported out of your intestine, your body transforms it into adipose tissue. So that is why during periods of stress, we can easily put on weight, because the lymphatic system is not being able to take it out of your intestine and transform it to energy. So it's quite complex. It's quite complex and quite difficult to probably understand. I certainly find it, I'm now becoming much more aware of how to manage my stress levels. So I hope that this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, please get in touch.